is the Big O Show.
Alrighty! Oh, welcome aboard. It's a Saturday edition of the show. And guess who's in? Guess who's in the house?
Are we here? Is this really
Yes. Well, it is now that your mic is on.
We're here.
We are here.
Little hiatus since January 2nd, right?
Yeah.
Craig's in.
Yeah, so I'm like, it's been a while.
Once upon a time.
It's been a while. Anyway, it's one of those. Well, we gave a new look to the show. We were working on this. I told you we were going to work on this over the weekend and get the show going with a different look. I know that. Let me see. I gotta move my spot here a little bit, so I'm a little bit off of the border there. But anyway, welcome aboard on a beautiful Saturday. Yes, it's a Saturday edition. Look who's back. Bill is back.
The only reason I'm here is because of the listeners.
That's it,
right?
baby. That's it.
It's all their fault.
That's it. No doubt about it. So we got it all going on again. We are back. Have a little fun. This is a short show. This is not one of those where we're going to go all out. It's this is kind of the test run that we needed to have. So on Monday, when I do this on a daily basis, whether Bill's here or not.
So
or he's
please
working or live.
anticipate fumbling, bumbling, and stumbling here.
Yeah, no, of course. Yeah, it's all a different deal here as we try to work everything out. And we'll be able to have guests now. We'll be able to share sound.
Lights in your eyes.
Yes, exactly. Thank you, Wani.
Everybody know what we're doing.
Yes.
I don't know a whole lot more than you do.
Yeah, you don't know anything, Wani. Anyway, so we got a lot of things, obviously. See, so we've got everything going on now where we're able to crank up some sound if we need to crank up some sound and share some stuff with you all. And obviously on a beautiful Saturday, we got Marlins back in action today after walloping the Cubs last night 10-2. We got Inter Miami. They're taking on DC United on the road. Let's see if the boys can get a win because it's obviously been an ugly start to them. So we got a bunch of stuff. And then obviously in the NBA last night. And, I was going to say that last night, the one thing that I kind of saw out of all of this is, and again, this is the Heat zombie nation that we have going on. And God bless you, man. You are as committed as it gets to the Miami Heat, which I love it. And I love the blind, faith and everything in all of this. But last night, for those of you that kept talking about the silly-ass Kawhi Leonard stuff, he's not even on the court last night, and his team gets to the Western Conference Finals. So if there's any of you out there that were still, holding out hope that Kawhi Leonard is going to come to Miami, why would he leave a better situation to come to Miami? You know what I mean? So that was last night. It wasn't only the Clippers advancing to the Western Conference Finals against the Suns, which, by the way, it starts tomorrow. There's no messing around. I love it. It starts tomorrow, the Western Conference Finals, which is really cool. But for those of you that were hanging on and thinking, oh, wait a minute, the Heat might have a shot at Kawhi Leonard, it shows you how 1 year everything has changed. You go to the NBA Finals, you're riding on an incredible high, and you got this high on Tyler Hero and everything else, and everything's gone down since then. And it's just now Miami doesn't have any kind of trade chips in the draft area because they've got no picks. And then you look at their young players, they're not nearly as sexy anymore. So you don't have what you thought you had in order to make some trades. So you look at the Kawhi Leonard situation, Clippers are clearly better than the Miami Heat by miles and miles and miles, and it's not even close. I mean, that Terrence Mann is Terrence Mann. He was the man yesterday, dude. I mean, shot after shot. A couple of his dunks reminded me of Xavier McDaniel. I don't know if you guys remember the
X-Men.
Yeah, exactly.
Florida, right?
Yes, exactly. So X played a long time in the league, was a Seattle Supersonic. That's what You know, he played for a couple other teams after, but I will always envision him as a Seattle Supersonic. And he had a style with the way he would dunk, and man, on a couple of those dunks,
his arm looked like an axe.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me a lot of X McDaniel a little bit there, and just in the dunks. I'm not saying the player and all that, and especially the shooter. X was never that kind of a shooter. You know what I'm saying? So, but I think last night what kind of put the nail in the coffin, if you have any friend of yours that's a Heat fan and they talk about Kawhi Leonard, you're allowed to slap them silly, okay? You're just allowed to just knock them out if you can.
I don't know a whole lot more than you do.
We know you don't know a lot. So, you know, it's just one of those things that last night was kind of bittersweet because you see what's going on with the playoffs, and then unfortunately as a Heat fan, we're outside looking in, but then we're trying to find hope and trying to find something for next year. And more it looks like if this team doesn't improve from within, I don't know how they're going to end up improving when it's all said and done.
So you're saying we're running out of things to grab onto?
Yeah.
Pull?
Yeah, because Bradley Beal is not in a worse situation in Washington. It's kind of shown that he's kind of in the same situation. So why would he leave at this
lateral?
moment?
Yeah,
they've got more young players on Washington at this point now that they can build on. Plus, they added Westbrook, so he's got another guy to run with. And I don't think Beal's not bitter. Beal has been on board with them when they were really bad, and this year they at least kind of sniffed the playoffs a little bit.
They were competitive?
They were competitive, so that Bradley would feel even better about the team now than he has, you know, so far in the past. So
let me ask you, going to the Clippers specifically, George, considering where he was with the bubble and that week, and obviously he's stepped up big time here.
Yeah, last night he was huge.
Does this erase?
I mean, he wasn't efficient because he was 10 of 24. I personally think that Reggie Jackson has hit the bigger shots in this
10
series.
of 24. If you're 10 of 25, you're 40%.
Yeah.
So you're a little bit better, 42, 43.
28 points on 24 shots is not efficiency. So, you know, he had a good game, but Terrence Mann was the man.
Yes.
And Reggie Jackson, dude, he hits big shot after big shot after big shot. I mean, that three he hit was like late in the third or early fourth.
Is that the one where there's like nobody even near him? And
no. I'm talking about the one that he was challenged.
Okay.
And he put a little more arc on it. And that thing dropped in, and I was like, okay, this guy's just on freaking fire. Bro.
You know what's crazy about watching that? Oh, back in the day, our time, 80, you needed a center. Rudy Gobert, one of the best defensive big men.
Yeah.
They used it as a liability.
Liability, yeah.
I mean, they abused him with Rudy Gobert, one of the best defensive players in the league.
Well, because he's limited offensively.
Right.
So
is this crazy?
In today's game, you know who would have been awesome in today's game? Pat Ewing. Because Pat would have developed even more of a three-pointer because the skill set was there, dude.
Yes.
He had a beautiful shot. And he beautiful rotation, everything.
His footwork, he could go outside and get back down in the paint.
Olajuwon, David Robinson, some of those guys would have really thrived in this NBA. They would have dominated in this NBA because they could play the inside and they can play the outside game because they were so damn talented.
The other thing is our motors always were 100%. So they would go out and defend the three and get back in the paint.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, definitely. So if you thought that you had a shot at Kawhi Leonard, you can pretty much say it's
Would you
over
really
there.
even want him with the injury thing and all this?
Well, at this point with the Miami Heat, they'll take anything at this point because they're willing to take any kind. They were willing to trade for CP3, who has his share of injuries. They're willing to. They signed Dion Waiters, who needed surgery. Okay, so Jimmy Butler has had his baggage, and they took the chance.
So no pick of the litter. We're getting the run. We'll take a run.
I think they're in kind of desperation mode, so they'll take chances that maybe normally they may not take in the past. You know, because like when you brought the big three together, you brought three character guys together. You brought, LeBron, Bosh, and then Wade was already here, and then you add Ray Allen and you add Shane Battier. These are impeccable people. Like, they're pros.
There was no need.
Right, exactly. But now, as of the last 7-8 years, you'll take the chance on Whiteside. You'll take the chance on Dion Waiters. You'll take the chance on Jimmy Butler. And I know the Jimmy Butler one has paid off. Don't get me wrong now. But they're willing to take chances that they weren't willing to take before. And that's kind of – and I think the desperation for Riley to kind of finish off this run on a positive note, because that's what he wants to do before he walks off into the sunset. He wants to leave it in place like, okay, I left you a championship team. And so his race to get to a championship team, he has shown some desperation here in the last few years. And so that's why I'm saying that maybe even with the injuries, they would take a chance on Kawhi Leonard. Like Bradley Beal is not a risk because his character.
It doesn't matter.
It's impeccable.
His game will transcend to wherever he goes.
Not only that, he's not Dion Waiters, and he's not even Jimmy Butler, who's had his run-ins.
Self-motivated.
Yeah, this Bradley Beal's a perfect player, that perfect Heat player. You know what I'm saying? But it's just one of those deals, man. It's.
If you're saying we got to reach, back in the day.
I'm not saying we got to reach. I'm saying they've been reaching,
and we haven't done well.
Right.
We've missed more than we hit.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Back in the day, every move that Riley pulled, it improved us.
Right.
We always improved.
I mean,
we never regressed.
Well, you have
That's
improved
not
here.
true.
You have improved here from where you were with the four journeymen.
What are we
that you
saying? The last
re-signed.
5 years.
Yeah.
There has been this. Every move doesn't
No.
get us up.
No.
It regresses us sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why if you're looking at this situation, with the Heat, I just think the Heat at this point in time, I don't know where they get that other star because it's not going to be Beal. It's not going to be Kawhi Leonard. That's for damn sure. So I don't know where they go now at this point in time.
And we kind of have to make them. If we stand pat, we're not going to go anywhere. What are we going to be? Middle of the pack at best?
No, I'm with you. Hookah Tube 75 chimes in with the first super chat of the day. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you as always. He says, rock solid. Go you too. What's up, Bill? Love it. Let me do a little roll call, by the way. Matt Walker came in first. He is number one. Josh is in the house. Jay Gelfin is in. Omar Lopez. Rosendo says, good afternoon, Big O and radio family. Hope everybody is doing well on this wonderful Saturday. Let's see. Gus1388 says, what's up, people? Cap for life. Says, well. Betty Nice. Let's see who else. Cody Douglas is in. Man of 1,005 holds. Says, no more welding masks. LOL. Well, I mean, we're both vaccinated. We're both vaccinated at this time. So, it's, listen, if I had Cole Beasley in the studio, then I would have a mask on. Just because Cole Beasley doesn't want to wear a mask. And
you still sport your mask.
Yeah, well, you have no choice.
Right, exactly.
No, there are places that require it, so I'll go in with a mask. But if I don't have to wear a mask, I don't wear a mask now.
When I'm in the warehouse, imagine, in the heat, I'm wearing my mask.
Yeah,
because the thing is, truck drivers delivered.
And you don't know who's
I'm masked up.
And you know what I love about all of this? It's the people that are vaccinated, they can't. So if you can't ask for a vaccination card, then they can just lie to you. Yeah, I'm vaccinated, and they're really not.
Oh, people always tell the truth.
Yeah.
Always say the truth.
Yeah.
Even when I lie,
Yes.
I say the truth.
Yep, so no more welding mask. You are correct, sir. Rosendo Marco is in. That's Bill Preston. Somehow he looks different. Maybe it's the hair. Welcome back, Bill. There you go.
I got my rock and roll hair, man.
Yeah.
All I need is a concert.
Yep. His hair is now closer to Billy Preston of the Beatles. There you go.
I just like to have his
R&B
money.
Fame.
Give me his money.
Quinn Snyder is overrated. Don't remove Gobert from the lineup. Dumb coaching. Hey, have you you can't look at him now because he's gone, but I want you to look at Quinn Snyder again and then go look at him 5-7 years ago. That man has aged, bro.
Like he was in the White House?
I mean, yes, it's like he's in the White House, man. He has aged, dude. That's one thing I noticed about Quinn Snyder. It's like, holy crap. Even being in Utah will age your ass. Guillermo Arauz is in the house. Brooklyn Rob is in. Wow, Big O and Bill, like it. Saturday, this is awesome. JG is in the house all the way from Malaysia. Thank you, JG.
Wow.
DF,
Other side of the world.
yeah, he's been hardcore with our show for, I don't know, JG, you've been following us, what, about 15 years, I want to say at least? Something like that, maybe even longer it's been. DF also is in the house. Cody Douglas chimes in with a little super chat. Thank you, Cody. Appreciate you, my man, in a big-time way. Thank you very much. He says, nice to see the team together. Yes, it is nice to have the team together. Oh, wait a minute. Go ahead. What'd you say?
It's all you guys doing.
That's it.
We weren't going to do this for a while.
Yeah. Hookah Tube says, do you still have the bracelets? What bracelets are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, I'm not wearing one today, but I'm not sure.
You're naked.
Yeah, I got no rings,
No nothing,
no
man.
nothing today. Yeah, I'm kind of naked today. I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about with the bracelets. I'm not sure about that. You got to tell me. You got to fill that. You got to fill me in on that one, Hookah Tube. Weapons X United coming in with a super chat. Thank you, Weapons X United.
Thank you,
Appreciate
sir.
it. And he says, listening in Atlanta. Utah are frauds. Well, they ended up looking that way. That's for damn sure. Lester Colebrook is in. Also in the house. Dennis Akers says, hell yeah, Big O. Great to see Bill again. Can't wait for him to be back with the show. Let's go, Finns. Ian from Brooklyn is in. Lester says he's in the Bahamas in his house listening. Thank you, sir. When I grow up, I want to be just like you in the Bahamas. In the Bahamas hanging out. I'd like to do my show right here from the Bahamas. That would be good. With the ocean as the background. That would be
Bermuda,
real
Bahama.
good. Yes.
Come on, pretty mama.
That's it. I love it. The Laurel and Hardy, Matthews, and Lewis. That's what Steve V says. I don't know what that means. Lauren Hardy, Martin, and Lewis. I guess pairings, I guess, is what you mean. Oh, Hookah Tube is Myron Sanchez as he's gifted you bracelet. Oh, yes. Of course I have the bracelet. More importantly, I have the bracelets for Myron, and he has yet to pick them up.
What?
Yeah, he never went by any of our.
You carried them
remotes.
in your bag for
I still have
months.
them. I still have them in my bag. I still have
Like
them in the
that.
pocket. So anytime
Myron.
he shows up, I have the bracelets for Myron.
Myron, if you need a special invitation, you got it, brother. Show up. Come on, man.
Come on, Myron. Got to get
Yesterday,
it
speaking of you two.
done. You got something going on there.
Speaking of you two, yesterday,
Yeah.
when you were talking about Joe Robbie's Stadium and all the concerts, do you realize how long it took for you to mention you two? And I'm sitting there working, and I'm like,
No,
hello,
I
say you two.
I thought
Say
it started with U2 and Oasis.
No. Well, no. You went there, but when you started with Joe Robbie, and you were mentioning
Oh,
he's
no,
brought us
because-
to concerts and this.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
You mentioned like 4 or 5 bands, and I'm sitting there going,
Yeah,
oh.
no, yeah.
How
Oh,
a
I see what you're saying.
U2
Yeah,
fan like
it
you?
took me. It took me. A while. Yeah, but I have. Well, no, that's actually. You know what? You mentioned it's a good point because I was just about to tell you that those aren't the most memorable concerts, but that's not true. The 360 one was amazing and maybe the greatest outdoor stage I have ever seen in my life.
the Claw,
Yeah,
the L.A. airport.
That it was the only stage I've ever seen that can like make a stadium look like an arena.
And that's exactly
That's-
what the idea was for
right.
them to do.
Right. So that one I was because obviously I have the Coliseum one, I have the Hollywood Sportatorium, the Unforgettable Fire.
No.
There's different ones that I have that are in the Lakeland.
Lakeland.
I mean,
That's-
dude, Octoon Baby.
You know what?
On in Lakeland, we went up to see U2 in Lakeland. Okay, in the Lakeland Civic Center. That's where they started the tour.
A basketball gymnasium,
Yeah,
basically.
gymnasium. Yeah, it's like maybe 4,000, and it was just so awesome because it was really,
And
a
the only
personal
reason we
type of-
went, because you and me are at Club Ovo, and you said, you know that U2's opening their U.S. tour
Right.
in Lakeland. And I'm looking at you, and it's like 2:30. What are we doing here?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
Let's
and
go.
like that, me and I walked out at 2:30 in the morning. Next thing you know, 5 in the morning, we're on our way.
Yep, and we're on our way, and it's a beautiful
You know
thing.
what? Speaking of the 360, my favorite 2 moments, obviously, ground control to Major Tom to
Yeah.
open. That was awesome.
Yeah.
And then him, you remember he says, God, you guys got a lot of stadium. We played here. We played Joe Robbie. We played the Dolphin Stadium. We played the Pro Player. You guys have more stadium than anybody else. And he also mentioned the Lakeland show and them opening their U.S. tour. Like he knew the history
Yeah.
of Florida and them being around with us.
No doubt. Folks, don't forget to smash the hell out of that like button. There we go. Smash that like button, okay? Make sure you smash that like button. Very, very important to smash that like button and get it going in the algorithms and get it more.
Been setting records every day.
Yes. It's been really good. We had a really, really good week to restart the whole thing. So it's been a lot of fun.
Let me say this about the listeners, giving them props. To render you speechless a few times this week,
Yeah.
you know how hard that is?
Yeah. It's kind of tough.
That's impossible, folks.
Yeah.
And you guys have done this every day to him. So
Yeah, it's
props
been awesome.
to you all.
It's been awesome. It's been awesome. The response has been awesome, and we'll get it going. We'll improve it every day. This already you can see the screens and everything a little better because we worked on this. Yesterday I had a hell of a day, starting like at 7-something in the morning and finishing at like 12:30 at night.
Mad props to Sean, man.
Yeah. Sean
guy,
Stanley, by
wow.
the way. Sean Stanley, you, sir, are awesome. Sean was out here with us till like midnight last night, preparing all this that you see. And
Guy's a beast, man.
Yeah, and teaching my ass how to manage it and all that, so that way I can manage it, on my own or manage it with Bill here, and either way. Plus, we were also preparing for the crypto show too with Abel too yesterday. So we were doing all kinds of things because we got the Crypto Bro show. Could be debuting sometime late in the week next week. The crypto show. So we will have, and that crypto show we will do several shows throughout the week. Not every day, I don't think. At least for now, it all depends. But I'm sure we'll do one every other day. They won't be long shows. They might be 8 minutes. They might be 15. They might be 20. But nothing like what we do here where we talk for a long period of time, which is really, really cool. Let's see. Lee Michael Morrison says, glad to see you're continuing to lead, Big O. Now we can please convince Mr. Ross to ditch the beached whale logo and go back to the throwbacks permanently. I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. They definitely have got to go back to they will. Every day you guys bring up the classic logo, and eventually it's going to happen. I think by the middle of this decade, they'll make that change. I
Definitely
think something will
of
happen.
Miami Seaquarium friends, Hugo and Lolita.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's terrible, man. It is absolutely terrible. Hookah Tube 75 says, flashback, this is good. Says, I miss Bill. So there you go.
Miss you guys.
Hookah Tube is
I'm here because of you all. Flat out.
Super V says, Game 7 tonight, Big O. I hope the Nets, the newest super team, lose tonight. That would be amazing if that happens, because if the Hawks are able to advance against the Sixers and then the Nets lose to the Bucks, although I don't see that happening, I got to be honest with you. They should win. If Harden is not himself, Milwaukee should win, but it's just like there's something about Milwaukee that doesn't convince me. And meanwhile, they've got Kevin Durant, and Kevin Durant is just a monster when he wants to be.
Crazy stat. How did what's his name get 5 steals on the bad leg?
Oh yeah, well, get it. He's smart.
He played defense.
He got into passing lanes. So yeah, no, I get it.
The beard wonder.
Tim Hardaway used to do that, man. Hardaway used to do that.
Well, until his knee, when he couldn't go louder,
Mm-hmm.
side to side. Timmy was all around, man.
Yeah, Hardaway wasn't known for his defense, but he got here and would take charges, and then also would pick up steals. by playing the passing lanes, not because he was, shutting you down by guarding you or anything along those lines.
So your money's on Nets.
Huh?
Your money's on the Nets.
Yes. Yes.
And
Definitely.
probably the same plays straight up.
What's that?
Just play straight up.
Yeah.
No line, no nothing. Just they win.
Yeah.
Lay it.
Yeah, I think the Nets end up winning when it's all said and done. I do. You see, I'm looking at the chat board here. I got a bunch of folks. I appreciate all of you out there as always, chiming in. Hookah Tube says go Hawks. Sneak Attack 305 says, Bill, your team finally has a quarterback.
Well,
Yeah,
it
man,
only took 50, 60.
Yeah, Andy Dalton.
Awesome.
I was laughing the other day when they're, well, no, he's got no chance of beating Andy Dalton now to start the season. And I'm like, why do you do that to the kid? Why just leave the carrot dangling there, bro? To leave the competition open and leave a fire lit in Dalton's ass like, yo, Red Rifle, get your shit straight. You better play from the get-go smart football and take care of this team. Or if not, we'll just roll with the rookie. You know what I mean? Because at one point or another, you can't tell your team that the lesser talented quarterback is the guy. You know what I mean? I found that I know what he was doing. He didn't want to put any pressure on the kid. So he's just like, okay, look, the veteran is going to start. Okay, the rookie will have to earn his way on. So I know what he was trying to do. But on the flip side, you're kind of telling the young guy, you don't got a shot right now to start, which I don't think that's right.
To close a door like that, the way he said it. Our starting quarterback game we're in is Dalton.
Seattle gave Matt Flynn a big-ass contract.
Coming from Green Bay.
Re-signed Jackson, traded for Charlie Whitehurst, and drafted Russell Wilson, and gave Russell Wilson the job even though they gave Matt Flynn money, even though they traded for Charlie Whitehurst, even though they re-signed Jackson. Don't ever do that, because why? Pete Carroll's the guy that has always been about creating competition at every position that
Doesn't
he possibly
that bring
can.
the level of play or your guys up?
Always. It's always good to have some competition. So I thought that.
I don't know how he could shut that down.
When I saw Nagy say that, I was like, dude, it's Andy Dalton. I mean, your team is not going to feel inspired by Andy Dalton. So why would you even paint yourself into that corner? Just say, hey, I'm sure when you sign Andy, he knows he's a bridge. I mean, he's got to know that already at this point because they drafted a young guy.
Not a very stable bridge at that.
Yeah,
okay.
But I mean, it's crazy.
Almost
man.
as big as getting Justin Fields straight up. We have needed an offensive line for 8 years.
Yeah.
And to actually address offensive line, and we always say it, as your offensive line go, your offense goes.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping for the Dolphins, man. If the Dolphins,
I feel great about us.
If the Dolphins, that young offensive line develops, it's going to be a fun ass season for the Dolphins. I'm telling you, this is going to be a lot of fun with the Fish if we're able to get an offensive line.
We're going to know quick.
Tua will have a clean pocket and he'll slice people up, and then the receivers are going to have a big year, and then all of a sudden Myles Gaskin and company. I'm not telling you they're going to dominate, but if they can run the ball and if the offensive line comes through, then all of a sudden you got balance, and that's the scary part about all of that.
It ain't going to take long to find out where we stand.
Yeah.
The way we start those first 6 games,
woo,
we got a really good test to come out the blocks.
Yeah, no, I'm with you there. So I appreciate all of you out there tuning in as always on a beautiful Saturday. Hope you all are safe wherever you're at around the world, because I know we got people watching and listening all over the place. Remember, you can always podcast it. Smash the like button. Smashing that like button is so, so important. So please make sure you do that, because that really helps us out in an immense way if you're able to do that and smash the like button, as they say. All right. What else? Oh, and of course you can reach out to us on Twitter at Big O Show. Follow us there. Marlins defeat the Cubs 10-2. Cody Poteet only lasted 3 2/3, unfortunately, 2 earned runs. But Duvall was raking, baby. 2 home runs. He's got 14 on the year. He is batting only .215, I think it is, or something like that. So it doesn't. He doesn't have a great average when it's all said and done. But he went 3 or 4 yesterday with 6 RBIs. He had a grand slam. He had a 2-run homer in the 7th inning. Today at 2:20 in a little bit, it'll be Pablo Lopez and Jake Arrieta on the mound. So we'll see if the Marlins can make it 2 in a row. Lord knows they need to get on a little bit of a run, man, because they have been in a rut. They've had so many injuries. And you know, they're so young, and they're not necessarily super deep. So for them to have all the injuries, it's a real setback for them. MLS tonight, we got Inter Miami back in action tonight, and they are taking on DC United on the road. No Robbie Robinson, no Pizarro. The question is, can they find the chemistry? Because right now they have very poor midfield play. They don't have anybody that can really ignite the offense. That's the reason why Higuain really hasn't been able to take off, because when you watch Higuain play so back at times, it's crazy when he should be playing all the way up front and somebody should be setting him up, but he doesn't have that right now. So they have very poor midfield play. I suggest that they go back to playing to the outsides. Okay? For me, that's the Lewis Morgan and company working from the outside. Jovan Jones, I think, also, can add a little some until you can get Robbie back. And Robbie at least has the one-on-one ability. He can break people down. He's fast. He'll get you some opportunities. I think he'll open it up a little bit for Higuain in the sense that you'll have another threat on the field that can actually score. But you still don't have a midfielder that can really set this team up. So for tonight, that's going to be the challenge for Inter Miami, is having that, playing the defense that you need to play. That's the other thing, consistently. And you can't get in trouble either. LGP, I mean, I thought Coach Neville did a brilliant thing, because I actually talked about it off the air. I didn't say it on the air because I couldn't say it on the air then because I was working for the team. But now that I'm not working for the team, I can give my sports opinion on it. And I thought Neville was brilliant the other day when LGP picked up a quick foul, and he took him out in the second half. He didn't bring him back. And a couple games prior to that, I was telling the guys off the air, and I said, once LGP picks up an early foul, you've got to take him out, because he loses his aggressiveness. He's not effective if he's carrying around a yellow card, because then all of a sudden he doesn't commit the smartest fouls out there, and he then gives you a red card, and all of a sudden now you're playing with 10 the rest of the way. And that puts you back. And I think that's what Neville wanted to avoid in that second half. LGP with another stupid foul, and then all of a sudden his team is playing with 10 guys. And now you're up that creek without a paddle. So there's a lot of – the defense has to start to get consistent, man. Shawcross started off well, and then it kind of tailed off now. So the defense has been real poor. And then you look – and then obviously McCarthy is a backup goaltender. So you've got, until Marsman comes, who's probably the starter, McCarthy's done a serviceable job, but he's a backup. He's not really a starter. So there's a lot of things. Now, the bright spot of all of this, they're not playing a great team. So they've got a shot. But, again, you got to straighten out that defense, play better in front of McCarthy. McCarthy has to have a responsible game back there. You've got to find some kind of play in the midfield. I don't know what they've done for the last couple of weeks that they've been off. I'll be interesting to see if Neville can make some kind of an adjustment, because there's also been a little bit of panic with Neville lately, because the other day in one game he switched formations quickly. He had a back three and then went to four, back to having a four-man back line. And so that showed you that after practicing all week one way, he quickly changed his tune and thought it was a bad idea, which it was a bad idea, by the way. He should have had four in the back. I like Neville, by the way. I do. I like Neville, but the reality is he's inherited a dysfunctional team. Okay, and I don't mean dysfunction like the people. I'm talking about there's dysfunction on the field. The pieces don't fit. The midfield play is terrible. So that hurts you. Your defense is not good. Your goalie is maybe average at best. What am I going to ask this guy to do as a coach? You know what I mean? It's almost unfair to demand, oh, no, you got to make a deep playoff run. You got to be a high seed. That's a lot to ask, man. You know, it's a lot. He inherits Matuidi. Matuidi is not a DP. He inherits Pizarro. Pizarro's not a DP. They signed two guys that are DPs, you know, and that's why the general manager's not there anymore, you know, and the general manager screwed up in a royal freaking way with those moves. So it's kind of set this team back, you know. So tonight will be interesting because Thomas Rongen's talked about this because he's been a coach, he's been a player, he's done it all in soccer. And he talked a little bit about how when the losing starts to pile up, you start to lose that locker room. And he's been in that position. And that's the one thing Neville will risk. It's not his, and the worst part about it is it's not his fault because he inherited this team. But if things don't go well and they don't get better, he will start to lose that locker room. So it's really interesting. And, you know, here's the flip side out of all of this. The challenge right now for Inter and for Marlins baseball, they own the next month. Month and a half, because we got June and July. We don't really start training camp till late July. So really it's about, 5 weeks now that they've got everybody's attention. The second training camp starts, Inter goes off, Marlins go off the radar, they're done. The people that follow them hardcore like myself, okay, we're going to still watch. But the average fan tunes out the Marlins, forgets about them. They'll forget about Inter, and they're going to worry about Dolphins football and Canes. Okay? That's what's coming. So for the next 5-6 weeks, you've got to find a way, if you're the Marlins, to play the kind of baseball that then August and September matter. Okay? And maybe not playoffs, but improvement, excitement, players elevating themselves, getting better, the offense getting better, matching the starting pitching, a little more consistency out of the bullpen. If you're Inter Miami, you need to start scoring goals. You need to start playing some defense. You need to start winning games because once football rolls around, click, you're off the screen. You're off the radar. So if you don't play exciting baseball, if you don't play exciting soccer, you're not going to be included in the fall watching. Okay? Because both these things, both sports go into October. So you got to, in order for you to stay on the radar now, you better do something over the next 5 to 6 weeks here to make yourself relevant and worthy of watching. So when the football fan wants to chill out a little bit and he doesn't have football, but the Marlins are on, hey, you know what? I'll check out the Marlins. They're playing well. If not, I'm going to relax. I'm going to kick back. I'm going to go find O's show from yesterday and kick it on. You know, that's what's going to end up happening. John Rouse is in the house.
John,
and
what's up, brother?
Wait a minute. Hold on. There you go. Now, there we go.
John, what's up, brother?
There you go. And John Rouse drops a super chat, and he put a sticker, too, that says, wow. So he's got a wow, I guess, for you since he sees.
Last time I saw him, we were hanging out at the draft party.
That's right. Yeah, he did go to the draft party.
Me and John.
One of
And the wife.
One of many.
His wife.
Yeah, one of many that that went out to the draft party. Thank you, John. Appreciate you, as always. The Marlins will be great in 2 years once they can invent a time machine and bring Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig to play for them. Okay, I mean that's an option. Although Babe will have to lose a little weight when it's all said and done. Okay, all right. Anyway, let's see what's up, Big O. Long time no see. Well, Daniel Gallegos, what are you doing, man? We're on YouTube every day. Let's go. No more long time. We got to catch you again on Monday. I will not be on tomorrow. I'm going to relax tomorrow. I'm going to give the voice a little rest tomorrow. Let's see. Wait a minute. Go ahead.
Speaking of which, wrong one.
There you go.
Speaking of which,
Yes.
all this week, 2 hours plus straight, non-stop, you
Yeah.
frickin' maniac.
Yeah. Well, I have no choice, really. I have no breaks.
Don't
no
worry about
nothing.
the voice. Don't worry about the voice. Just
Yeah.
keep going, plugging along.
Now I'll be able to just, like, kick in the hey, I got to take a break.
It's like that?
Yeah, I just turn down the mics and then turn up the theme song and take a minute
Do
break or
you
two.
have any idea where you're at right now, running amok?
Oh, I have no idea. Let's see where we at.
Well, you're past that 30-minute mark. We have aspirations of holding, okay? Forget about it.
All right, 30
Green
minutes.
lights
30
all the
minutes
way
is not
through.
bad. Yeah, this isn't going to be one of those long shows, but we want to kind of get the kinks out and test the mics and test the new screen and test the whole new production and everything, so we can do all of that. And we'll have guests now next week starting here on the show, so we'll have a little fun with all of this, man. I'm looking forward to it. Let's see, what else do we have here? I like this Marlins team. Kind of reminds me of the Marlins from the 90s, excluding the 97 team. The 97 team was a star-studded veteran crew, man. This Marlins team is going to be great in 2 years. I hope so. I'm okay with Tua if he plays with cojones and plays like a stud, not afraid to throw through small windows. I got to tell you something. Last year he threw in some small windows. I think you need to check the stat. I think Tua was either number 1 or number 2 or number 3. I think it was in the entire NFL in windows that he had to throw in. Remember, his receivers got no separation, so he actually threw in a lot of tight windows. Now, was he willing to take as many chances last year? No. But I think some of you out there, see, this is the problem with our microwave society at times and our lack of reality, okay? Like the vaccine. Well, we've been vaccinating for the measles and for polio and for the flu for years. So all of a sudden you're going to have something against the vaccine for a pandemic that we need for COVID? That doesn't make any sense. And when it comes to, okay, so Tua was wanting to take care of the football than take some chances. Okay, the opposite is there are those quarterbacks that don't give a shit about anything and they throw 35 interceptions like Jameis Winston. A rookie is a rookie. Okay, Peyton Manning threw 25 interceptions, or 28 interceptions, or whatever the hell it was, his first year. It goes either way. You either struggle to read defenses a little late because you're not used to the game speed. You're from college to the NFL. You maybe take too many chances and you turn it over, or you're conservative and you don't take enough chances and you don't force the issue at times. That's all rookie stuff. Let's not make it sound like this is something new. Rookies are, at first, they need to kind of figure things out. And that's what he's doing. But there were plenty of times where I saw him throw into tight windows. I'm not worried about that. I think he's fantastic for that. It's just a matter of him trusting his players, trusting and knowing this. That's the other thing. He didn't, you know what I love about people? Well, he said he didn't know the playbook. Hey, asswipe, he didn't have an entire offseason. You know, anybody that I hear on TV or radio or print that goes overboard about him not knowing the playbook, most rookies aren't going to know the playbook, especially if they're the backups last year, because they had no mini camps. They didn't have the training camp. They didn't even have a real preseason. And then he was a backup. How in the hell is he supposed to know the playbook? Now he's had the playbook designed for him all offseason. Now he's been able to run the routes with his guys in the offseason. Now he'll have his mini camps. He'll have his training camp. He'll have his preseason. And he's going to be 100 times more comfortable with actually a new playbook. Because really, it's not the playbook from last year. The playbook from last year was made for Fitz, not for him. So I love these people that get crazy about him not knowing the playbook when you don't take into account the position he was in last year. And he wasn't even the starter. At least if he was the starter every week from the get-go, that would have helped him learn the playbook because he would have been the guy getting the reps all week long in practice, which he's not the guy getting the reps all week long in practice. It's Fitz. He's playing the scout team is what Tua's playing. So you're not going to get in a groove whatsoever, dude. So I just love how we overreact about him not knowing the playbook. We overreact about him being conservative when there's nothing new here. This has been going on for decades in the NFL with rookie quarterbacks. They always struggle with something at the beginning. There are very few freaks like Marino. Very few. And I know some of us old farts, we were spoiled. We're watching good old Bob, and we're watching Don Strock, and then we watch Marino come off the bench against the Raiders, and the rest is history. And I think he starts the following week against the Bills and lights them up like a Christmas tree. You know, but that's Marino was a freak of all freaks. It happens.
David Woodley feels slighted. You left him out.
There you go.
Okay.
Rest in peace, David.
You know what? We're defending Tua. There's a couple things that I've thought about. 3 rookie offensive linemen. That's another thing.
Yeah. It's just there's so many things.
But a major component, we had a defense. We were playing competitive and playing for something. You can't go balls to the wall and risk. We won 10 games. We were fighting for a playoff. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. We had something to lose. Stay within your limitations.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I think that kind of held him back, the fact that we were as good as we were, and we were actually playing for something. It was like, oh, we got nothing to lose. Let the kid go out there and see what he does.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Mm.
And I think that kind of kept the training wheels on.
Yeah. He says Fitz was not the starter after week 6. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. He had to start after that. That doesn't mean you're going to learn the playbook and learn everything. And again, everything was designed for Fitz, not for him. Now they're going to design it for him. It's a huge difference, man.
Now to play the other side of it.
It's just there's so much overreaction, yet he still won more than he lost. He threw more touchdowns than he threw interceptions. He had a high quarterback rating overall for a rookie. I'm not sure what the problem is. Oh, and by the way, he did this all after coming back from hip surgery. Okay? In an offseason that he had to worry about rehabbing, not getting ready for football. I go against all the people that are negative about Tua. Every single one of them. I think they're all dead ass wrong. I think Tua was phenomenal last year. Okay? Everything that was going on for him still have a winning record, for him to still throw more touchdowns than interceptions, for him to come back from a hip injury, for him to have an offense that's not dedicated to him, for him to play with all these young offensive linemen, for him to play with weak offensive weapons. Get the hell out of here, dude.
At every turn, adversity.
Everything.
He had. There was no advantage.
None. Zero.
Now, let me ask you this to play, because we're talking about, look at all the things he didn't have. Look at all the young. This year, having some experience, having a camp, having a preseason, and got weapons, do the expectations and the level expectation from Tua raise higher? Like, you got to go out and do something, guy.
No.
Is that where we're at?
No, of course. No, this year he's got no excuses now. Now he could go. It's
no
his,
pass.
It's his offense. He's got an entire offseason. He's a year removed from surgery. He's healthy now. So Tua, Should be fine now.
So all the good play and the good things he did, we should see across the board raise
Yes.
level.
Yes. Yes.
And no excuses?
No, none.
Okay.
None.
All right.
There shouldn't be any excuses for him at all. That's
There is one.
that's the way it should be viewed at this point in time for Tua, because he's got everything set up for him. Last year he had everything against him. This year he's got everything for him. So I expect him to be the guy this year.
So if you're listening, guy, it's on you. O's calling you. You got no safety nets. You can't.
He's throwing 30 touchdowns this
It's
year.
about you, brother. I expect.
He's throwing 30 touchdowns this year.
I expect them to do well.
He's throwing
And-
30 touchdowns this year.
And like you said,
They're
for me,
they're winning 11 games plus this year.
if
Okay.
that
gonna
offensive
play.
line, if we get our 5 and we get our couple, 'cause
Oh no!
we're
If
talking-
the offensive line's
Man.
balling, he's throwing 35 touchdowns.
I expect us at every turn all season to be fighting the Bills for our division, man.
Yep.
I expect that. That's what I'm expecting from us.
Yep. Big O, you better be right with your comments. No excuses for Tua. No excuses, man. Tua's going to get it done. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. Glad to see it. Excitement. Now we need Queen Alexa. Oh, well, Alexa's not in the house, huh? We haven't seen Alexa
The
yet.
Prez is not here.
No, not yet. Trey Matter is in the house. How we doing? Giovanni Perez says, went back and saw the Cabrera homer on Clemens. Give me chills. Ah, yeah, we were talking about
Yesterday.
that
yeah.
yesterday. Things are getting back to normal. Yes, they are. Tua has to show me something this year. He will. He will. Dolphins advocate Mariano. What up, Big O? King Short is in. Let's see what else. Who else here? Justin Cordero. Thank you, sir. Big O is back. Bay. Let's see what else. I want to see Tua improve on throwing guys open instead of holding the ball and waiting for receivers to get open. Miami Kid J, in order for you to throw people open, they have to be able to outrun them. You got that? The correlation? You put 1 and 1 together is 2? Okay, if you can't get any separation, who in the F are you throwing open? Just think about that statement right there. Think about that. Just think about that. How do you throw somebody open that can't get any separation? That's what you had last year in that receiving corps. So that's why you got to be very, very careful on that kind of stuff. So yeah, no, you'll be fine. They got a guy named Will Fuller the 5th, and they got a guy, I think his name is Jalen Waddle or something like that. Yeah, they'll be fine. They'll get separation. He can throw those. He can throw them open.
4-3 burners.
Yep. Let's see. Fitz was not the starter after week 6. Can't wait for the opening of the Dolphins' new training facility. I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to go out to training camp and go do a little some out there. Dennis Akers says Tua's going to ball out this year. Where's the bet you owe me? Josh, is it me I owe you something? What do I owe you? Or are you talking to somebody else on the
Speaking of owing,
yes?
like you're very close to sporting Boy George, baby.
Yes, I know.
And back in the day, real men wear pink.
I need
Real
to
men wear Boy George concert shirts.
I know, and I need to lose some weight so I can fit into that Boy George shirt, because I will not fit into that Boy George shirt.
Hey, nice job by you all. Get up to 3,000. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You need to get back to medium size, though.
Let's see. Big O Bill would have given you guys more money in Super Chat, but all his money's tied up in crypto, waiting for the rise. Damn right. Damn right. Got me more chilies yesterday, man. It actually dropped to 28 and 29 cents. I think it went back up to 30 this morning. But I got a lot of chilies at 24, and then I bought some at 30 and 31. So I got a little more at 28 and 29.
So you're all about baby back ribs, right?
Chili's is really good. And John Rouse drops a second super chat. Thank you. And he puts hype. Yep. I got that Tua hype, man. I'm ready to go. Tua's mistakes can be fixed. People are just overreacting. Randy Gonzalez, you, sir, are very logical. Yes. Antonio Gutierrez says, I am here, Big O. Antonio, love you, brother. Thank you for locking in. Miguel Garcia is in. Randy says, keep doing your thing. Always dropping knowledge with the crypto talk. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Appreciate it. Hope you guys are taking advantage of these dips here the last couple weeks, man, because once it bounces back, I don't know if you'll see it drop this low again. It'll drop, but I don't know if it'll go this far again, because as we climb and as more corporate money gets involved, the volatility will be smaller as the years go on, because remember, the crypto market's only 12 years old. The stock market's 100 years old. So it's a whole different ball game. So as the Amazons, as the Apples, as the Teslas of the world develop on crypto, which is Ethereum and Cardano and things like that, and Polygon, and so as those kind of great stocks or coins in this case develop, your volatility will be less and less and less as the years go on. And so those of us that are in the race now and we deal with these volatile swings, and if we're smart, we don't panic. What we do is when it dips and there's blood on the streets, you go out and buy more is what you end up doing, because that's the way you do all of this. Because when it does bounce back and they go to higher highs, you're the one that's laughing because you took advantage of the dips.
You know who told you about that?
Who?
Caddyshack.
Oh, yeah, that's
Remember?
right. Yeah, that's right. He did
They're
say-
selling. Everybody's selling. Buy.
Buy,
They're
exactly.
buying.
Yeah.
Sell.
Right. Yeah, when there's blood in the streets, that's when you need to make a move. And so
Thanks,
now,
Rodney.
Lumens, Stellar's been in the low 30s for a week now. I took a little more Stellar too. That thing was at 77 or 77 cents. So I know my money's going to double in a month or two now when it rebounds. So yeah, it's just what it really is a matter of having some guts. Okay, I would say balls, but there's ladies that also play this game, so it's guts. And you cannot panic, because then if you start, there's a lot of FUD out there, fear, uncertainty, and doubt with Tua, that all that, and if you believe all that crap, you're falling into it. Tua will be fine. It's the same thing here with the crypto market. So many people don't know anything about the crypto market. 80% of the world doesn't know anything about the crypto market. 20% know. I mean, a lot of them, 80% of the world knows and has heard about crypto, but 80% of the world knows nothing about it. And the 20% that are probably playing the game, only 10% are probably studying it. The other 10 are following friends or whatever, or somebody that tells them, and they think they're going to get rich quick, so they put in a bunch of money on Dogecoin and they're waiting for it to rebound and whatever. And
The kid that bought 180,000 made $1 million.
no, I think if he bought 180,000, he would have made a lot more if he bought it early.
You didn't see that in the meeting?
Yeah, I saw it, but I don't think it's 180.
I thought he was like 180,000.
If he bought 180, well, then he didn't buy it really cheap. He bought it probably when it was at 5 or 6 cents or something, and then he made his money.
Supposedly,
but like, if he didn't buy it at hundreds or thousandths of a penny, like I have Shiba, I have a little money in. I'm not telling you to invest in Shiba, okay? Just make sure. I want you to know, complete gamble, total gamble. I would never tell. Go invest in Cardano and Polygon and Ethereum and Stellar Lumens and things. I'll tell you about those, and I'll put my word on it, and I'll say, even though I'm not a financial advisor, but on Shiba, I'm not telling you ever.
Are you saying Shiba's like cat food?
No, Shiba's actually better than Doge, but it's counting on being the next Doge. And so I have a little bit of Shiba, but it's at thousandths of a penny. So if it just gets to half a cent, I'm making bank. Okay? If it gets to 10 cents, I'm retiring. Okay?
Like that?
Yeah, I'm retiring. Yeah. So
You're disappointing. We just started.
No, I know, yeah, but it's not going to.
You're going to keep.
It's not going to happen. Okay. I'm losing that money. I'm just telling you.
You got everybody thinking they just started up the podcast. And he's already retired.
And that's how I'm looking at Shiba. I'm losing the money. Okay, I'm losing the money. So yes,
Sheba cat food. That's why I said cat food.
It's a dog actually.
Oh.
But yeah. And my dog Bono is Sheba like. I tweeted this out. I got a new dog, and so see, there's the Sheba coin and there's Bono.
Oh man, what?
Yeah. So I'm wondering if it's a sign of things to, oh, wait a minute. There we go. You see? Bono has a little bit of that Sheba look in him. His eyes are kind of the Sheba eyes and stuff. It's kind of funny. So I'm wondering, okay, so I threw some money away in Sheba. Then I adopted a new dog, and now I just noticed he's kind of Sheba-like. And so I'm wondering, is it a sign? Is Sheba going to go up?
Well, if that dog is cat-like, it's going to be a tiger. Because for 4 months old, as big as he is,
yeah, he's going to be a big, big boy, man. He's going to be a big boy.
you're going to go take him for a walk, and
Yeah.
he's going to take you for a drag.
John Rouse goes, Shiba Inu is still cheap. Buy now. Again, John, I don't want to tell anybody to buy that, even though, unlike Doge, that has nothing, no technology, nothing behind it, Shiba is about to pull out Shiba Swap, which will allow people to swap Ethereum for Shiba, Shiba for Ethereum, or Bitcoin or whatever. So just like PancakeSwap, just like Uniswap, and PancakeSwap and Uniswap, I have money in those, and those are great companies. So Shiba is getting their own swap. They're also going to add NFTs. They're also building a blockchain. They also burned half their coins. So they have a limit, not a limited, but they have a number of coins, whereas Doge is unlimited. It continues to print. So there's no deflationary tactic to it. It's all inflationary, unfortunately. So it's not going to be a good thing for you in the end, because Doge is
It'll devalue itself.
Yeah, Doge is just a balloon that can explode, whereas there is some technology behind what they're doing with Shiba. And it's an Ethereum coin, by the way. So I'm just saying, there's slight hope for Shiba. And that's why I put a little money in there and I threw it away, because if it just goes to half a penny, I'm making nice jingle. You know what I mean? And if it starts going up to where Doge is at, I tell you, I'm retiring. Maybe not from the show, but I'm just retiring from life. I don't have to do a damn thing. And maybe I will move to the Bahamas and do the show from the Bahamas every day. How about that? That's what I'll end up doing.
You got a plan.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I got to listen. If I ever hit it rich, I have to go find a place and park my ass by a beach, because that's what my wife would love. She would just love for every day to
Toes in the sand.
just sit there in the sand and in the wind and in the ocean, and she loves that, dude. That's that's like therapy for her. So that would be my that would be my perfect world, that I find somewhere with a beach and relax, and I'll do the show, and the wife can be in the background in the beach, whatever. That's fine with me.
So she would be one of these people. I have a friend that, like, when they're at the beach, they take the picture of them and their feet, just the sand and the water in the background, and they got 1,000 of them.
Yeah, exactly.
So that would be your wife.
Yeah. Randy Gonzalez says, "Oh, I took advantage of Zilliqa when you said it, and been following Chili now." Yeah, I got Zilliqa at 7.5 cents when it went on a dip, and it was at 18 cents. So I know that I'm going to double my money when this bounces back, because it's going to go to 18 plus. But if it just goes to 18 and I got it at 7.5, you put $100, you're going to have over $200. So you're going to double your money. That's the thing about this dip. It's like AOZ is a company. You can find it on Gate.io, and it was at 88 cents. I got it at 30. It's up to like 49 or 50 cents right now. So I bought the lowest part of the dip. It went up. I don't know if it's still at 49.50. I'd have to look it up. So AOZ is competing with Theta. I also have Theta. Theta is the top streaming website now, video streaming on the blockchain. And AOZ's trying to be the YouTube of the blockchain because YouTube is not on the blockchain yet, which to me it's baffling. Some of these companies have not built their businesses on the blockchain, which is weird. I don't know why. So AOZ was at 88 cents. It dropped to 30. I got it. And now I got to check it here. I can tell you where AOZ is at. Let's see. AOZ. Oh, no, it's dropped to 37 cents in this trip. But I got it at 30. So I'm still making money off of it already. But I know once things start to bounce back, it's going to go to 88 and it's going to surpass that. So then if I got it at 30, I'm almost going to triple my money. You know what I mean? But that's kind of part of this game. You got to know what companies you're investing in, what are their products, what is their market cap, what are their partners, and then as we had these dips, you take advantage. Like I told you, I got Chili's at 24 and it's now at 29, 30, 31 cents. Cody right now, man, go get Cody if you can get Cody. That is another one. I think Cody is a better stock than the ones that we just talked about. Cody is a beast, and right now you can get around 17, 18 cents, which, by the way, is where I got in on it, and it's down to the same number where I got in on it. Theta, I got it when it dropped to $5.90. It's at $8.80 right now. Theta was like at $15, $16, and it's going to go back up. But that's why when others panic, you take advantage. And then when it bounces back even more to its normal numbers and it exceeds, you're going to be raking it in. But you got to have the balls. And you can't listen to the people in the government that are trying to diss Bitcoin and everything else. You know why? Because they're the ones that control our money. They're the ones that control our loans. And they don't want DeFi to go and create, because DeFi, we can control our own destiny with DeFi. We don't have to worry about the government. We don't have to pay their crazy-ass interest rates. So DeFi doesn't have any bias. They don't look at you because you're black and they don't give you the money. They don't look at you because you're Hispanic, or they don't look at you because your credit is a little shady, or they don't look at you because you don't have the best job in the world. That's not the way it goes with DeFi. And so that's why I'm saying that you have an opportunity. Now we have an opportunity to kind of free ourselves from a lot of the crap that's been going on with the government, with these banks. Banks are just flat out stealing your money, dude. Just flat out stealing your money. I've told you guys this. I'm on Crypto.com. Whatever you have in your savings account, you could actually go into Crypto.com. You got $500 in your savings. You got $5,000 in your savings. Buy USDC coin. It's a stable coin. It stays at $1. It doesn't change no matter what. And then you stake it in Crypto.com. Your money staked 10%. 10%.
Just sitting, earning interest.
That's it.
Man, you're lucky if the bank gives you 1,
Right.
2.
0.5%.
Yeah, a lot of them. I'm saying
0.5%.
you're doing good if you're getting 2 or 1.
Right. On Crypto.com, I told you guys this the other day. On Crypto.com, I have all my Bitcoin, right? And then I stake it also. So I'm earning, I think it's 4.5% interest on my Bitcoin, or 5.5%. So I'm earning interest while it's going to go up in value. So it's working for me two ways.
You're double dipping.
Right. So the Ethereum, I'm doing the same thing. And then I'm staking the Ethereum. And I got a lot of my Ethereum when it was at 15, 16, 1700, and it's found a home at 26, 2700. As you all know, it hit 4,000. It's going to go back up to 4,000. So as it goes up in value, guess what? I'm putting more money in staking, which I'm making more interest off of it. So not only is it going up in value, I'm also earning interest for it. You know what I mean? But these are things you can't do with regular banking. And they don't want you to. They don't want you to learn about this. Because if you learn, then you own the power. They want to own your ass.
They also lose control.
Right. Well, that's why they're against it.
That's the biggest thing.
That's why they're against it. That's why
control.
Every country will eventually have, the dollars will disappear and the pennies and the coins, because we lose money by printing all that stuff. We're going to have our own digital coin. It's every country will have a digital coin. That's where we're all headed. We're all headed. Crypto is the future, whether you like it or not. We've been digital forever with credit cards anyways. So this is the future. But the problem is most of you are intimidated by it because you don't know anything about it. You don't take the time to learn it.
Something new, man.
And then you listen to people that they don't know anything about it, so then they diss it. And so because they don't know, listen to the people that diss it and then see if they follow up with facts to diss it. Or they just say, oh, no, it's a scam. But they can't tell you why it's a scam because they don't know anything about it. So how can they tell you it's a scam if they don't know anything? Oh, it's a pyramid scheme. No, it's not.
It's what they heard.
Right. And it's just crap that they throw out there, yet they have no foundation whatsoever. All right, that's my...
Let me ask you a question. Do you want to take a short break for the first time with the new pod?
No, we're good. No, we're good. No, we're good.
I'm just saying you're cruising along into the second
No,
hour.
once we end, we end. But the test has gone well. We've done well here. I can't complain. It's been a good thing. Let's see. Randy says, yes, take advantage of Shiba, guys. Small investment. I was skeptical about it, but $30 worth is 4,200 coins. I mean, 4,200,000 coins. Exactly.
It's like a peso.
Yeah, it's yeah, but
you go down to Mexico, you give them $1, you get thousands.
Those $30 for 4,200,000 coins, if they turn into 10 cents, so you go 10 times 4,200,000.
Yeah.
And look what he ends up turning $30 into. That's what I'm saying. So it's what Shiba's one of those gambles that if you want to throw away $20, $40, $50, $100, $200, if you can afford that, you don't care that you lose that, okay? Then do it.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Back in the day, they used to say, break the bank. What are you breaking? The crypto?
Yeah. You're breaking
the crypto.
You're breaking the
you heard it here
the
first.
digital bank.
The digital bank.
They're breaking the digital bank.
Break the dig.
Yeah. Break the dig. And it'll be interesting when Shiba Swap comes out, what kind of an impact that has on the price of the coin. Because then that's when it gets nasty.
Be a digger.
Because think about this. If you're at right now it's at 0.000007, okay? All right? So if you just move up all the way up to just 1 penny, that if you put $100 on it, your money, I don't even know how much you're going to get out of it, but it's thousands of dollars.
You're at the fifth decimal to the 100,000s.
It's the sixth decimal where the number starts.
It's 10,
it's 5 zeros.
100,000, 10,000, 100,000. You're at the millionth.
Right.
At the sixth.
Right.
You know, it's the only thing I know that goes higher than to the sixth. You ready for this? My buddy that used to do the simulators for the airplanes, they go to the 8th decimal to make sure that, like, when the wheel lands, they're within a foot of that spot. They go to the 8th.
Yeah.
To go to this, nothing goes.
Right.
In the Olympics, you see it. They go to the 4th decimal. Dude,
right.
6? Wow.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Just do, you're good at math. You put $30 like this gentleman.
I love when me and Barb.
You're going to make thousands.
I love when we have math conversations and it just, woo, right over.
Well, yeah, I can't have any.
Yeah.
Oh, where can I buy Cody, Aozi, and Chili's? Well, Chili's is now added to Coinbase if you have it. So you can get it there. Gate.io. It's a Canadian company. Now, you can't connect your bank account to it. This is the part that sucks if you want to play in Gate. You're going to have to transfer coin over, whatever you want to transfer, Litecoin, Ethereum, Cardano, whatever you want to buy.
So to play there, you have to have an existing crypto.
Yeah, what you do is you from crypto.com, you then send the coin over to Gate.io, and then you convert it to money, and then you're able to buy your coins.
Let me ask you.
That's what you have to do at Gate.io. And Cody, and just so I'll tell you what I'm involved in on Gate.io, the ones I love. I love Theta. I love Cody. I love Chili's. Now, but you can get Chili's again at Coinbase. So you don't have to go to Gate.io, okay? I love BitTorrent, and BitTorrent right now is at a bargain at 0.0029, okay? Aozi, I love, which is AIOZ. I love Ecomi. Oh, dude, Ecomi's a steal. and it's at 0.0019 right now. It's really cheap. Veracity is another one that I'm huge on. It's at a penny right now, 0.013. That's exactly where I came in on. It came back down to the number I was at. I love StormX, also involved there at Gate.io at StormX. It's at 0.19, which is cheaper than I got it at 0.023. So it's a little bit cheaper than when I got it. I'm also in Zilliqa. I have Zilliqa also. I got that at 7.5. It's at 9.5 right now. And Chain Games. I'm also into Chain Games. And Chain, I got it at 13, and it's down to 10 cents right now, so it's at a real bargain right now if you want to get some Chain Games. Chain Games is really interesting. Chain Games is a company where you play video games against each other, whatever it is, the war games, I think Fortnite you can't do it anymore, but most of the other games, it does video games you're playing. And you know what you're doing? You're betting coins. So you can bet $100 of Bitcoin and the person wins it. So both of you put in $50 and the winner takes the whole thing. You guys want to bet Ecomi, you guys want to bet Dogecoin, whatever it is. You can bet any coins you want, but it's like a gambling, gaming site.
I want to go back in the day. Let's do some Tecmo Bowl.
All right,
I'm ready to tear you a new one, brother.
Yeah, Chain Games is actually pretty interesting. I don't know how far it'll go, but I kind of like the concept, and I think it's something that can actually really grow on the blockchain. And I can see people. Fortnite did not want people gambling on their thing, so they kind of pulled out of Chain Games. But everybody else is pretty much involved in it. So those war games that you guys play. I forgot the name of them, but whatever. All that kind of stuff. You can,
Black Ops and
whatever, all that stuff. I don't know. I don't play any of that stuff.
No.
But I hear the names.
But you could bet on your own gaming skills.
Right.
I mean, you know what I'm what I'm going to say?
Dude, what's the difference when you went to the pool hall and you gambled? You obviously, Mr.
Darts,
Pool,
yeah, man, I did all right.
and Mr. Farts, and so you guys always played. What's the difference? There's no
true.
difference.
I love paying my bar tabs.
No difference. What's the difference in playing fantasy football, baseball? You play for money.
True.
It's all the same thing. So you're playing for coins. You're playing for
You know who loves this?
cryptocurrency.
You know who loved this idea?
Who?
The ones that makes the controllers, because you lose and you throw it across the room.
Or the TV.
Lots of. Oh, you don't want to go there.
But people go
Remotes
there.
are one thing, man.
People go there,
But
man.
consoles, your console and your TV unit, ooh,
Yeah. People go there all the time.
expensive. I had a buddy of mine. He had like a graveyard of made a mistake in the Madden game, and this one was because of this interception. This one was because.
Randy says Chili's just partnered with the Sixers in the NBA. It can only skyrocket. No, Chili's has all kinds of things going on with sports. So yes, it's tied to a bunch of stuff like that. That's why it's tied to the NFTs and all that. I love Chili's. I think Chili's is going to blow up. When it went on Coinbase, the problem is when you transfer money to Gate.io, you're going to pay a little bit of a service fee. You're going to pay a gas fee. So then you kind of lose a little money there, and then that also counts to whatever you invested in. That's why if you already are on Coinbase, you're better off just buying Chili's right now on Coinbase instead of transferring money over. And I'm not sure if you can send money from Coinbase to Gate.io. I think I send it only through Crypto.com to Gate.io.
Let me stop you right there and ask you, do you see more of them getting away from bank, and you have to have crypto to get into our site the way Gate is using? And eliminate the banking?
No. Well, no. Yeah, I get.
You see what I'm saying?
I totally get what you're saying, but at this point, you can't do that because most of the world.
You got to have an in.
Yeah. I think I think the whole thing with Canada is because it's a Canadian website, so that's why the American they don't allow you to.
They play by a different set of rules.
Yeah,
man.
you can't. That's why I think legally they can't connect the American bank to it. I guess crypto. Their bank is the Bank of New York. Even though they're an overseas company, their bank is at the Bank of New York. So it's in New York. So that's why you can connect your bank account, because you're dealing with a local bank, which is what they use in order to fund their whole deal. But crypto is like a monster and everything. It's got its own cryptocurrency exchange. It's a bank. It's got the coolest Visa card on the freaking planet, which I have, and you can order it.
Of course you have it.
Oh, it's awesome. It's awesome. And they got a blockchain. They got businesses being built on the blockchain, NFTs. So and they got their own coin. And I've purchased that coin too, CRO, CRO, because that I'm going to use as money down the line. That I wouldn't ever buy anything with Bitcoin or Ethereum or Cardano. That's an investment. I'm not people that use that for purchasing. I don't know how you purchase anything with an ascending asset. That doesn't make any sense. You're buying a descending asset, and I'm going to give you an ascending asset? No, dude. I wasn't born yesterday.
Let me say this, because of just touching the fringe that I've learned from you. But like you said, anything new, people have a hard time.
The internet.
And then
flying.
And then you throw in,
cell phones.
Look how many names. Look at how many names you've talked about. And this one has this way of doing it. And that's, I think, what kind of gets overwhelming for the new, because they don't see the tree and look and let's learn.
Right.
They look at the whole forest and it's like, holy crap, I'm overwhelmed.
Right.
See you.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
Yeah, I'm with you. That's the screwed up part. By the way, the Bills plan for a new stadium. They say it's going to have a partial covering for fans, which in that cold ass place, they say it'll take 3 to 5 years to build, and they say 2025 maybe, but more likely like 26 or 27. And I know that we're in Dolphin country, but I got to tell you something. I'm happy for them. I'm glad. It sucks to watch the city of Seattle lose the Sonics. It's brutal to watch the Browns team get on a bunch of trucks and leave to Baltimore. It's brutal to watch the Colts also. It just all these kind of things that have happened over the years with different teams and some
Raiders, Oakland, man.
Yeah. Now, Oakland was, they kind of couldn't live up to the standard that they need. Cleveland wasn't the issue.
Well, they left and came back.
Yeah.
The city had a chance,
Right.
a second chance
Right.
to hold it, man.
Right, but
I feel
Cleveland-
bad for the people,
Right.
like the Cleveland Browns,
Like
the
Cleveland,
fans.
yeah.
Because, hey, Art, you're leaving? You leave the name, buddy.
Right, and I'm glad that Cleveland did the smart thing. But look, I want to kick Buffalo's ass every time the Dolphins play them. Okay,
Even if we play them in tiddlywinks.
I don't care what it is.
Yep.
I want them to kick their ass sideways. But I'm happy for them that they will get a stadium that will assure that the team stays there. You won't have to deal with any more of the rumors that people have talked about. And even though none of them have really ever come to fruition and there hasn't been anything solid out of it because the recent ownership has been dedicated to it. So it's cool to see that. I'm happy for them, man. I'm glad that they're going to get a new stadium.
The fans that are there,
cool.
hardcore.
That's cool. Plus, I don't want to lose that rivalry.
No.
I like that rivalry, man. I want it to stay. I don't want a new city to own the Bills, and then it's just not.
And
the
you know
same
what? Exactly what you're
anymore.
talking about. You remember how big us and the Colts were?
Right.
I mean, it was.
Right.
And it's sad.
Right.
Because it was awesome.
Right. Yeah. No, I'm with you.
And as far as the Bills are concerned, there's only one good thing we're okay with, and that's Jim Kelly, right?
Yeah. Oh,
Other
no,
than
of
that,
course,
the
yeah.
Bills, everything else, please lose.
No other Canes from the Bills side. Yeah, there's got to be another one
I don't care.
yeah.
Kelly's the only one
No, I
because
know
he
that.
put us on the map. You
No,
know,
I get
him
it,
and
I get
Eddie
it.
Brown.
I get it.
You know,
I can't hate any Cane that even played for the Bills. You know what I mean? I can't. It's too hard. You gotta support and love the Canes.
If you're wearing your Canes jersey, but when you put on a Bill, sorry, man, you went to the other side.
John says, Big O, how long do you plan to leave your money in crypto when it's going up? I struggle to answer that. John, it's okay. I'm going to go perfect world. Perfect world scenario is what I'm going to do. I'm hoping that towards the end of this year, beginning of next year, I can start to take off the top and start to enjoy some of the profits. But I don't plan on taking Bitcoin out ever. Ever.
So your base is your
Bitcoin's
intention
a
is
savings.
to take off the top.
Yeah, Bitcoin's the savings that you keep perpetually and maybe pass it on to your kids, or if you have an emergency in life, then you use it. And you
So,
have to
like,
use
here,
it.
when I'm at the blackjack table, my rule of thumb, when I win and it's a decent, I put
Right. Because you want to take
at
your
least
investment out.
75.
You want to work your
3/4 of it
investment out.
in my pocket, and that is mine.
Right.
And you just keep playing with the original.
So my plan is to take 10, 20% off the top. And get to the point where every couple of months I take out something from the top and I take out my investment. And then what I'm
So you're still reaping some of the benefits. You're seeing it.
But then what I'm going to do is I'm not going to put it in my bank. I'm going to turn it over to USDC coin and then stake that for 10% because there's no risk. There's no stock, no nothing. I don't have to worry about an up and down. I get 10% no matter what.
You're stabilizing.
So I get my investment eventually, and then eventually I start pulling profits, and I keep putting it on USDC coin, and I keep staking it at 10%. So that way I'm not risking anymore.
You're guaranteed return.
And
It's
I'm
only going to go up.
And it's only going to go up.
That's awesome.
And I keep doing it like that. So that's kind of the cycle that I want to build in a perfect world. Okay? A perfect world.
Rosy pitcher.
Yes, in a perfect world. And I believe that I have invested in terrific companies that are going to explode. I think Cardano is going to explode, man. I think Polygon is going to continue to grow. I think Theta is one where that one is also going to be an absolute monster. VeChain, that I've been pumping VeChain for months now. I love VeChain. I think it's also a long-term one. A lot of these, I think, are going to turn into really, really good coins down the line. So I will continue to have an investment. Now, there are some that I will eventually get out of. Some maybe the lesser coins. I think Stellar is one that when it gets to a certain amount of money, I probably will pull out completely. What's it called? Ecomi is one that I think once it gets to a point. Veracity is another one. Once it gets to a point, I will pull out.
So on the judgment calls that you think are just riding a wave, there's going to be
a nice peak for them, and then I'm going to try to guess that peak and then get the hell off.
While the iron's hot, get in and get out.
Yeah, like Polygon is long term for me. Venus is probably short term for me within the next year. Decentraland within the next year. Pancake Swap within the next year. Reserve Rights. I think that's also within the next year or two, actually. Uniswap, probably within the next year, I'll get out. Thorchain, I'll probably get out within the next year. You know, things like that. Bitcoin, Ethereum, long-term. Cardano, long-term. Engine Coin, long-term. There's some that I'm going VeChain. Some of them I'm going to stay with them for several years. But others, yeah, it's kind of an investment for a year, year and a half, 2, depending on where I think it's at. It's okay, man, dude. I'm at 300%. Let me get, I'm done. Let me get the hell out and enjoy the wins.
You know, for you who says you're not the smartest guy, dude, you're acting pretty smart here. Can I say that? Especially
I
the
don't know
idea.
about smart. I mean, it's
Look,
just,
you got the profit, you got this, and thrown it over here, and it's 10%, and it ain't going to waver up, down. You get your interest.
10% is amazing.
Man.
10% is great, dude.
And this is off of profit. This isn't you.
Right. And no gamble.
Man, no, and that's what I'm saying.
Stable coin.
That's brilliant, bro.
Yeah. It's not, I don't know about brilliant.
It is,
but,
man. Give yourself some props there, bro.
That's kind of what you want.
You're looking pretty smart there, buddy.
That's what I kind of want to follow. Do you prefer Oldsmobile 442 Plymouth Superbird or a 72 Pontiac GTO or a Plymouth GTX? I'm going to go with the Pontiac GTO. Okay?
You know what? I love it, but that 442, man.
Yeah, it's badass.
The 442.
Even the logo, the 442, yeah, I remember.
You know what I'm thinking of? You ready? The Oldsmobile that was like the Cutlass shape.
Yes.
With the gray, and it had the 442 down the side of the doors. Recaro seats.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay?
Yeah.
In the car came with Recaros.
Yep. Crypto money, you will be deadly before you enjoy that. All right, well, I mean, that's fine. It's
T-Top's on that 442, by the way.
The negative is all good. I always love the people that throw out the negative because they're just throwing stuff out, they're repeating, and they have no idea anything about
Regurgitation.
crypto. Yeah, they know nothing about crypto. So
They walk up to the trough, they eat it, and then they regurgitate.
HookahTube is throwing me out there, and it's like, come on, man. Do you really know? How do you know? How do you know that I'm going to be dead, and how do you know it's going to be so negative? I think HookahTube that I am going to enjoy the profits. I really do. I really believe that. So we'll see. We'll see. And if the dollar struggles, I think things like Bitcoin will strengthen even more. And that's why I think a lot of the corporations are getting in on it. Anyway, you want to reach out, you can reach out to us also on Twitter, by the way, at Big O Show. Let me see if we got a bunch of stuff here on YouTube, a bunch of folks. Appreciate all of you out there for keeping it locked here on the program. Remember, we pop in throughout the week at 11 a.m. This is we'll do some weekend stuff every once in a while. Today was kind of a test to work all this stuff out. And
forced by you all.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys are the ones you're the reason we're here right now.
Yeah, that's right. So we're doing a little Saturday action. I appreciate all of you out there. How much did we do today? How long was the show?
As of right now, let me see where we're on the counter. We are at 1:32. Cruising to an hour and 33.
All right, that's
only an hour and 33.
I think that's enough. I think we've done enough today.
Couple things. Can I say couple things? Straight up, Anthony, who listens, my boss, that's going to be flexible with the schedule, man. That's going to enable us to do this. Back when I got back with him, I could work whatever. I got to thank him. He's going to enable us to do it with the hours and stuff. You guys are the reason that we're doing this. You forced this. Some of you, straight up, predicting this week, because he was the one that told me, people are already saying, oh, Billy's going to be back. Bill's going to be back. I want to know, you who are able to channel your inner Nostradamus, why don't you do us all a favor? You got a few hours. Give us 6 numbers for tonight, man. Give them to me about 9:30 so I can run out and get a ticket. Please. Help us all.
And by the way, the one thing that is for sure, hit that like button, because if you hit that like button, that really assures us that it can grow. So we really appreciate all
y'all
of you
are
out
amazing.
there.
Like,
yes.
Absolutely. To render this guy speechless and to do it every day this week, y'all are impressive. You don't know how hard you don't do that.
And by the way, John Rouse says, Big O, Voyager automatically invests almost any coin you invest in. Polygon is giving me 8%. All my coins invested in making me money. Actually, I want to. You can stake Polygon with Matic and what's it called? It's Polygon is Matic. It's this other company that you can team up with, and they you can actually get paid in Polygon, so you can actually increase your stock in Polygon. Forgot how it goes. You know what? I'm probably going to do it over this weekend and set myself up, because my Polygon, I have not staked it. I want to actually do it with the Polygon program where I can actually grow my Polygon, which is really, really good. So I'm looking forward to that. I'll explain it next week at one point.
You know what
it is, but I have the whole thing there to get it started. But I'm glad you reminded me, because I am going to do something with my Polygon.
Just to save it, because obviously playing nicely, the way Apple doesn't play with Android. It's like, does the cryptos, do they like to play with each other? Are they friendly, or do we have that Android Apple type divide?
No. Coins aren't up against coins, but there are groups of people, like you have your Ethereum people and your Bitcoin people, and they're kind of against each other.
Kind of the way Android's for an Apple
and
or
then
an Android.
Because Cardano's competing with Ethereum, you have your Cardano people that are heavily believe in Cardano, and they think Ethereum's going to fail, and then the Ethereum people that think Cardano's a joke, which...
But these are the people that are follow the crypt. It's not the crypto. You know what I'm talking about, where there's this Windows divide versus Apple.
No.
And they want to
None of that.
keep you in their realm. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
no. It's just fans, hardcore fans of
Right.
each coin or something. They
Okay.
get really personal about it, which is ridiculous to me because I'm just buying both Ethereum and Cardano because they're both going to be There isn't going to be only one blockchain.
You're an equal buyer?
There's going to be multiple blockchains because that's how the internet's going to be at the next level. And you're not, and Solana's another one, Polkadot's another one. What's it called? Damn it, what's this other one? That's another blockchain. That's now I'm brain farting and
Well, you've already said 15 or 20 names. I think you're doing pretty good, buddy.
Well, I mean, there's a couple of different companies that are involved in that have blockchains, and that's they're competing against Cosmos. There we go. Cosmos is another one. So they're all kind of competing against each other, Ethereum and Cosmos and Cardano and Polkadot and all. But they all have a place. Polygon has its own blockchain. Polygon is the one that's built the chain to connect with Ethereum, and they're running. Polygon is running more transactions than Ethereum.
Huh?
That's amazing, and that's why Polygon has exploded.
Wow.
And by the way, I saw it yesterday, like in the $30s, which is a hell of a deal. Cody Douglas, thank you, sir, chiming in with a second super chat today, man. That is awesome.
Competing with Mr. Rouse?
Yeah, Rouse and Cody Douglas with 2 super
Running
chats
neck
today.
and neck.
Thank you, man.
Awesome.
By the way, Manzano says, are you excited for the Manny Pacquiao versus Spence fight in August? Who do you think wins that fight, and what is the method of knockout, unanimous decision or split decision? First of all, Anthony, that's not a fight. Pacquiao is not going to hang with Errol Spence, dude. Spence is going to kick his ass.
He couldn't hang with them 5 years ago.
Yeah,
probably.
I'm not.
Pacquiao.
Yeah, it's a.
You know what he needs to go be?
Just be the politician, bro.
Exactly.
Just
Thank you.
Go be the
Yes.
senator or whatever the hell he is.
Good guy, running his hospitals.
President, whatever. Yeah, he's a great
does it
guy.
all,
Let
man.
him go do all that. But I'll put it this way, dude. I have no interest even watching that fight. I don't want to watch Manny Pacquiao fight anymore.
You're gonna watch the free replay?
Yeah, it's just
No.
yeah. That's I may find if I get a free replay, I may do it just to have the knowledge in my head of what happened, just in case somebody.
So you can bash it.
Yeah, but it's not. It's it's like watching Mayweather and Jake Paul or whichever Paul it was.
Don't let him fall. Don't let him fall. I got you.
Come on, man.
I'll cradle you.
Yeah.
I'll cradle you.
NorCal says, streaming from the garden. Great to hear you guys back on the same show. My internet is so slow, so excuse my delayed comments. Fins for life. You're all good, NorCal. You're always good, my brother. Thank you, sir.
Brother,
Thank all
miss
out
you,
there.
man.
Appreciate it. I got to thank HookahTube. Thank you, sir, even though you think I'm going to be broke with my crypto, but I still love you, HookahTube. And Cody Douglas with 2 super chats chiming in today. Weapons X United chiming in. John Rouse twice in the house with some super chats. We appreciate all of that. As always, thank you all out there. We will see you on Monday like we do every day during the week.
Can't stop.
At 11 a.m. All right?
Gotta wish everybody a happy Juneteenth. And tomorrow, happy Father's Day.
That's right. That's right. It's tomorrow's Father's Day?
Isn't it?
I have no idea. I have no idea. I really don't.
And you're a father.
Yeah, I'm a father.
It is. I think it is Father's Day. Yes, the 3rd June in
Okay. All
is
right.
Father's Day traditionally.
I'll take your word for it. I have no idea.
Happy Juneteenth. Happy Father's Day, everybody.
All right. Happy Juneteenth, and I guess happy Father's Day. I had no idea.
That would be the 3rd June.
It is?
By what is the standard? 3rd
Okay.
June is Father's Day, brother.
All right.
Happy Father's Day, everybody. Happy
Y'all be good
Juneteenth.
out there. Much love. All right.
We're back.
Yes, sir. We'll see you Monday at 11. Be good.